Hi, and welcome to You Are Supreme Toys. Today we're going to be looking at the THUNDERCATS Ultimates Bengali from Super7. I like the Ultimates lines. They're really nice looking. That's pretty much what you're getting, is a very nice looking action figure. You're not going to be getting a super articulated action figure that can do all kinds of crazy poses. They come with just accessories that lots of times they can't reasonably use in a display, or they don't really need a lot of extra little trinkets and gadgets. As usual, they come with extra heads and hands like Marvel Legends would, and I've gotten so many figures between the Matty Collector days with their Masters Classics and such that I literally have just containers full of extra parts that I'm never going to use. That's just part of the game now, and they're really unnecessary, especially if they drive the prices up for action figures. When it comes to the Ultimates, you're talking about, they started at like $35, but now they're $55 and up, depending on how big the figure is and how much accessories it comes with. Is it glow-in-the-dark plastic? I really wish that they would find ways to cut costs so we wouldn't have to pay so much. It's hard to say how much of what that $55 is actual cost for manufacturing the figure, and how much is actually them just sort of like, as another YouTuber put it, scalping their own figures. So I don't like how the prices are continually going up. The prices go up at a reasonable rate at retail, but the Super7's stuff is just going up astronomically at a very unstable rate. It's not something I believe the collector community can maintain for very much longer if they keep going up with prices. I have so many pre-orders with them right now that are not delivered. Their lines are so aesthetically pleasing that you just can't help but order them. But it's gotten to a point where it's just a joke, and they'll consistently put up pre-orders, and you're just waiting and waiting and waiting. They give you an estimated delivery date. Some of them come in sooner, some of them come in later, and some of them come in super later. Like the last previous wave with Mun-Ra and Tigra and Grun the Destroyer and Pomara was over 2 years late. But as it is, I don't get shipping notifications. I do not get an email letting me know, hey, these things have come in, they're shipping to you. I don't know if that's an issue with just me. I get all their other emails when they're soliciting product. So I don't mind that too much, but because it's kind of like a surprise when the box shows up. I was like, oh, Super7, I wasn't expecting that. It's a little bit extra excitement. I think they're more concerned with it when they get it in the warehouse, getting it out as fast as possible. But anyway, I could go on for literally 2 hours about the issues with pre-orders and out-of-pocket costs and waiting and delivery times and product quality. And it varies greatly, not just from series to series and wave to wave, but figure to figure. They've been doing shipper boxes since the Matty Collector days with their Masters Classics line. Got these blurbs on the back, a lot of legalese. I really don't care for the shipper boxes. I feel like if there's a little bit of money that we could save, then they can do away with these, because I open up all my figures. I don't know what the percentage of Ultimates collectors are that open their figures. I know there's a very small percentage that keep their figures in the actual shipper boxes, which I think is just interesting to say the least, but maybe they're investing for a future value. But let's squeeze Bengali out of here. Every Ultimate comes wrapped in this little plastic baggie. It's another I know why they do it. The cardboard of the packaging is inclined to get rub marks from the shipper box, so they have to further put another layer of protection between the box, as people would complain. Some collectors would complain if their box is scuffed up. I don't care. This is the back of the box slipcase. It's pretty standard. It's just Thundercats. Nothing on the sides. Big foil Thundercats logo on the front. And that's pretty typical for every Thundercats Ultimate so far. The packages really do fit together, but it comes again, like, I get it if you're keeping these in the boxes. What if you're saving the shipper boxes? Alright? Well, what if you're taking the slip cover off and saving the slip cover and displaying them in the package that way? Where are you putting all these extra cardboard pieces for saving? Like, I don't care for the slip covers. I feel like the slip covers were a nice little novelty when they started, and at this point I think they're completely redundant. It's just, to me, a waste of paper. It's a waste of money. Let's slip them open and reveal Bengali. I like Bengali. I thought he was the cooler, most interesting of the three new Thundercats from the original show. But here's the box. On the back they give this little bio. Bengali. The young Thunderian Bengali came to Third Earth with Pumaira and Linkso, but he joined the other Thundercats after their unexpected reunion. He is an agile warrior, accomplished pilot, and skilled blacksmith. Armed with the Hammer of Thundera, he once assumed the task of reforging the Sword of Omens itself after the lunatic Tugmug broke its blade. Despite his intelligence, Bengali is often hot-tempered and impulsive in battle, but he nevertheless embodies the code of Thundera. Cute. Cute. This is a cute guy. Look at that cute little mug. The box art's always good. I'm typically a card back keeper. If the card back's interesting enough on a figure, I'll cut the bubble off and keep it. But I've tried to get into a habit with modern toy lines where if it's just, just throw it away. Just throw it away. Just throw it away. I know it's nice, it's pretty, it's got nice art on it. But if I kept every single, like if I just cut this piece of paper off between this piece of paper and every other Ultimates figure that I've purchased, if I cut just the backer off, if it had a bio on the back and some art on the back, I'd probably have a stack of paper in my room that I've already got enough paper. So I'm not going to keep this. I'm just going to open it, fold it up, throw it in the recycling. I'll peel this plastic out of the paper and throw the cardboard in the plastic in the recycling. But anyway, I think he looks pretty good. I don't know how I feel about the head sculpt, but that's why we're here. Oh no, I just noticed a terrible flaw. I am not happy. I'm not happy with that. I'm gonna have to email them about that. I usually do not complain if something is if something's too damaged, but that's for what I paid. No, I'm not gonna nitpick a minor flaw, like maybe a stripe's out of place or something, but that whole entire eye area of the Thundercats logo on his belt and harness is smeared. I wonder if that's removable. Well, let's find out. It's got one piece of tape on the top. Maybe I should have just returned it for a new one. First in the back of the packaging. Let's see here. There's usually a second layer with these guys if there's extra accessories. We get a base. It's hollow in the bottom. I don't know if you can see that. Pretty. It's got a nice little texturing on it. They just fleck the paint on the top. It's not actually sculpted in. We got his anvil. I really like this anvil. I'm kind of glad that, you know, they maintained the whole blacksmith idea and gave us a base with an anvil so he could work. The anvil's really cool. It's got a little piece of ore on it. I don't know why it's permanently attached, I guess. Comes with 4 extra hands. They're basically the same pair of hands, but one is hinged like this and one is hinged like this. Just gripping hands. I don't see the point in that. As I said, you're going to pick your pair of hands, you're going to pick your pose, and you're going to keep it that way. There's 2 more pairs of fists. So that gives him 6 extra hands. I do love this reforged Sword of Omens. I love that he's got it at the like he's tempering it with heat. That is really nice. I do not care, nor do I need small pieces like this. I mean, it's okay, but like the chances of this being lost. Say you had him on an open shelf and he was holding his ore, and for some reason he dropped it. You're gonna suck this up in a vacuum cleaner. It's unnecessary. It's gonna stay in a Ziploc bag for the rest of its creation. Got his little hammer. I like his hammer. Let's see if we focus in on that. I love the sculpt. I love the design. A little tiger head on top. I don't care for these little tails, these little tassels. I kind of wish that they would have, if they're going to do tassels, just do cloth tassels with a little bead on the end, because these feel really, I just feel like these are going to break after a while. If you're messing with this thing a lot, I feel like those are going to just break off. But I do like this hammer. Definitely needs the hammer, of course. That's his whole gimmick. Got his extra head. He's like, "Rrr, that shield I made didn't come out the way I'd intended. So infuriating." Paint details are alright. It's clean enough. I love how it like goes from white to black to blue. He has some strange blushing under the eyes. I'm not sure what that means, what that's for. Alright, let's see. Get a close up. Look at that. Look at that emblem. That's just bad. I'm gonna have to I might have to just, it does not look like the harness is replaceable. I might just have to ask them to replace the figure, which is gonna stink if I've got to put this guy back in the box. So I'm just gonna have to email them and see what they can do about that. Sometimes they don't even have replacement stock. Golly, really in there. He mangled his arm. The head sculpt's okay. He doesn't have that blushing under the eyes in this one, so it must be something to do with rage. I mean, everything else on him looks just fine, like as far as paint applications and stuff. Had it been something minor, like I said, like a smear on one of these little stripes or something. But that emblem is so prominent, and like I said, we're paying a lot of money for these guys. If it was something minor, I wouldn't say anything, but I gotta get a replacement for that. I do not see any way to remove the harness, which is not good. That isn't good. It's not good for play. I mean, sure, it looks good. Most people aren't going to be trying to take this off anyway, but they could have put a little clip buckle here and you just popped it loose. I never saw a vintage Bengali. Let's see how his articulation is. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to tell you what articulation it is. I'm just going to show you, and it's going to be pretty much what he's capable of. I mean, this like almost no arm articulation there. It won't even go 90. I like to break loose all the joints first, because sometimes joints like to get stuck. It doesn't. He's got this swivel there, which is interesting. That's funny. The knee actually goes pretty far back this time. No boot cut. I always liked the rocker ankles. When they came out with the rocker ankles, I really appreciated that. It really improved the toys. The rocker ankles have been a thing for quite a while. They obviously painted the legs a hue of blue, other than the plastic, because if you bend the knees down, it's very apparent where they had painted an overspray after the figure was assembled, because you can see the missing bare spots. Interesting. It's interesting sometimes how the manufacturing process cuts corners. He has his little holster here. It's on this little swivel thing. I don't like that. I'm glad you can swivel it, but I'm not too keen on trying to remove it. I don't want to break that peg. Pegs like that like to break. Pretty standard guy. Like I was saying, I never saw the original Bengali action figure in person until I was an adult. I remember going to flea markets all the time and finding Thundercats. I remember the very last wave of figures in the stores when I was a kid. So I recall seeing characters like Linkso and Pumara on the shelf. But never saw a Bengali. I imagine he was the most popular one. Alright, that's I don't know. These hands are very firm. They're very firm. So if you want to get this hammer into this tight hand, you're either gonna have to force it or heat it up. I don't feel like doing that. So right out of the gate, out of the box, I can't put his hammer in his hand without some manipulation. I'm pretty sure you can hold it well with these. And that's, yeah, he'll hold it well enough with this. So that's how he's going to hold it. I'm not going to bother heating up these hands so he can hold a hammer. Maybe he can hold the Sword of Omens better with his hands. Let's see, let's get the opposite hand. Maybe it'll be easier to fit in there. Not really. Not really. As usual, I've found that a lot of the accessories that these guys come with are useless. I found that the extra hands that they make are useless. They make so many hands, and it bugs me, like, why cut accessories and keep hands that we're not going to use? We don't need an up and down hinge and a side to side hinge. We don't need it. I know there are people out there that probably love that crap. I don't see I don't see it as necessary, especially when you can't even reasonably fit the accessories into the gripping hands without some kind of outside manipulation like a heat gun or hot water. It's kind of redundant, but it is what it is. This figure does look great though. This is Bengali next to Tiger. Good job, Tiger. You just killed the man. Tiger's just like a hair taller. I mean, they look good. But the Tiger really reminds me of the vintage Tiger because that face paint is painted on. And I just remember my Tiger having a lot of paint loss on the flesh tone of his face because of that. Hey, bro. Yeah, bro. I love your hairstyle. Yeah, yours is pretty cool, too. You want to go hang out and make some stuff? Yeah. I'll make a metal box, and you can put an engineering thing in it and make it, like, stupid. Yeah, let's do that. Alright, that was dumb. But I like Bengali. Just to show you how they stack up to a bigger guy. Is Mumra the ever living? Fun figure. He's actually pretty big. I forget how big he actually is. I forget. Yeah, you have to back up quite a bit just to fit all three of them in the picture. Like, hey bro, what you doing? Like, I am about to destroy you. Oh, that's not good at all. But anyway, yeah, I can't stand that. My Thundercat logo looks really good. Don't rub it in, ha ha. Anyway, I like the figure. I'm disappointed in this rub. I don't even know how that got past quality control. It's not like it fell against the package. It was packaged like that, and it's really bad. I'm gonna have to take a picture of that and email Super7, and I hope they can replace him or replace something about him. Big negative mark just because of that. That's like you wait a year for something, and then when it finally shows up, it's kind of messed up. It's not the same as an announcement from Comic-Con of figures coming out the following summer, and you wait all summer, and then you go to Walmart and you find them on shelf, and you get them home and you open them up, and there's something wrong or missing or out of place, because you can go to Walmart, return it, probably find another one. This I'm gonna have to actually email Super7, wait a week for a reply if they reply, and depending on their answer, hope that they send me a replacement part. Thanks for watching.